On the identity thing, I think I heard you in the park say that this come about as a response to white supremacy or something like that, like black people in the building. In terms of identifying yourself or building a movement that's in reaction to something, like what would man be doing if it wasn't no white supremacy? Like you personally, what would you be doing?
You asked me a question that no one can answer. Like my whole mentality would be different, wouldn't it? If there was no global racist system.
Because assuming that you don't want there to be white supremacy, innit?
No. You know, but
so it's kind of like what's your end goal?
You understand? Global racism, right, infiltrates all areas of activity, right? Yeah. So everything we're doing is a reaction to it. The fact that you're in this country, is a reaction to it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Had those processes not happened, you wouldn't be here. So our entire existence is made upon domination, a historical domination. And we're trying to make amends of it now, but we haven't healed. So,
well, what I feel like what I'm trying to get at is like, is that all you see yourself as, like a reaction to white supremacy?
So it's the reason why I'm extremely happy is because, you know, I value the simple things in life, and I value the ability to cook my own food. I value the ability to make music when I want, to design when I want, to go and meet very constructive people, invent new games or whatever. I value this, right? So these values and these freedoms that I have, you know, they bring me happiness. But there are shortcomings around us, innit? And family members and friends are going through shortcomings. So it's necessary to be dedicated to change those. That's it. It's like, that's as simple as it is. You know, what else can we do? You know, I'm being happy within the world I'm in, but I recognize there's challenges that I'm rising to. I could be selfish and just indulge in my own happiness, right? But it's necessary to help family and friends and people who share similar backgrounds.
I understand. So, how does that answer my question? If that's what, is that all you see yourself as, a reaction to white supremacy?
So you're asking, do I see Black Betterment Building is a reaction to white supremacy? Yeah, of course. Yeah,
now because you like I was saying, what would man be doing, or what would you be if there weren't no white supremacy? Because assuming that's the end goal.
Oh, so what you're saying is, right. I thought you meant if it never existed. You mean once?
Yeah, you kind of like. Right. I feel like it's basically they're both similar things, isn't it?
So there's two things. There's if global racism never existed, right?
Yeah.
How would we be? And that's just like a what if, alternate history sci-fi novel, or something happens where everyone comes together and global racism is being eradicated, right? Yeah. You replace racism with justice. Yeah. So if that's the question, where will I be? Well, I'll be a happy place, isn't it? I'll be celebrating kumbayarism. I'll be loving everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I'll be everyone's welcome, everyone's equal. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Probably.
So you're saying we're trying to get to that stage?
Well,
that sounds airy fairy. Now that sounds.
You see, and that's what I'm saying. I'll try to stay realistic. Yeah. I'm trying to get to a stage where if black people are here, at least they can get here collectively.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Collective. If we're here. So
you're just trying to improve one step at a time.
I use the word tangible. It's the most important word I've discovered in my life.
Yeah.
Because I think.
But don't you see yourself like somewhere in like 20 years or something? Not even as you, like generations down the line. Don't you envision how you would want things to be?
Well, it's like this. When I talk about when I talk about Black Betterment Building, I'm talking about collectively as a people, or a people group. But I'm an individual. You know, I'm gonna have a wife, children, parents. I want them to have better than they have now. So even talking about 5 years in the future, I want them to have everything they ever wanted. I want them to have all the opportunities I never had. Right? I want to improve people's life on a close basis, right? And then I want to be a part of a community where that is valued. So I've got a structured family. My friend has a structured family. His friend has a structured family, and then our neighbors have a structured family. And then we're all constructed. And you know, my daughter or son marries your daughter's son. They inherit this land and this job. Your son teaches. You know what I mean? It's constructed, but it just makes sense. It doesn't make sense at the moment.
Okay.
If we start a business, it doesn't make sense to hire black people.
Yeah. Well, don't you see any black groups that's living similar like that?
Yeah. They're in small pockets. There are. There are. Yeah.
Okay. On the identity thing as well now. How do you feel when people question your own blackness? Like I know I've heard you certain times say, what do you say? Like when it comes to people being mistreated, you know, we were talking
when
about.
it comes to mistreating black people, everyone knows who they are. When it comes to helping black people, no one knows who they are, innit? And
How do you feel when man questions your own blackness though? Man say you ain't even black, you're Indian.
it would never, like I said, so this concept of black, so it's like, you know, I'm Afro-Caribbean, right? I'm a black Dominican mum and a black Dominican dad. Even if I had a white mum, I would still identify as black. Yeah, just like Barack Obama and Bob Marley, whatever, right? You know, if you're from the diaspora, and as you know, the African diasporas in Jamaica, Haiti, whatever, there's going to be a historical experience that you've gone through. So the reality is, I would have come from enslaved people, right? And those enslaved people would have been around Europeans and native whatever, and certain things would have happened. It is what it is.
So man don't, on this Black Better Man building thing, man don't consider Africans on the continent. You never went through that transatlantic thing.
What you actually have Africa gone through it, you're saying?
No, I'm saying you don't consider them as, like when you're talking about improving the betterment of black people, you ain't considering people that ain't gone through the transatlantic slave trade.
No, of course. But you got to understand, because there's different pockets of group, everyone's gone through their own unique experience. So the Somali brother, we've gone through the colonization differently, right?
Yeah, our colonization basically is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, of course. But like I said,
I'm saying, what's the thing that ties the people together that you're trying to help?
Everyone thinks it's experience. It's experience, and this is the most simplest way to put it. By being identified as black, quote unquote, whatever that is, right? There's a mistreatment that comes with that. Yeah, Negroid, Africoid, Congoid. Yeah, you know, being connected to that description, there's a mistreatment that's happened. So the answer is those people come together to work on that, to work on solutions for those challenges. I have to make it very political, because if I don't make it political, people say, oh, we're not black, we're this, we're not that, we're that, and well, these are different people, that's different people. And I think that's part of the distraction, isn't it? I'm saying there's a massive kind of pressure above quote unquote black people. So we need to, it makes sense to be dedicated to work on solutions. That's locally, then globally. So even if it's like you have the West Indian community, the African community, the Somali community working on themselves, but then come together in certain areas to, you know, to collectively build whatever. It is what it is. Just being constructive is what I'm about. I'm part of the constructive community. That's what I'm pushing, the constructive community.